Debris Podcast.
Then we got Space Debris Podcast.
Welcome to the Space Debris Podcast, featuring Bill Dance, Nick,
Well, hello there.
Heyo, and me, Digital Heart. Jamas. What's up?
Not a whole lot. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. I feel, overwhelmed. Everything, right? We were just we were messing with TikTok, trying to go live, and it's like pop up. I open up Discord, pop up Nitro, new Nitro, downloading updates, TikTok updates. So it seems like getting hammered.
General atmosphere of the world right now don't help with all that either.
Well, I didn't realize I just said that I feel like I'm getting hammered. Probably not a good thing to say. But yeah, there's been a bunch of news that we're generally not interested. I think Elon Musk officially took control of Twitter. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, I've been reading about that all day.
Is that real? So it's official?
Yeah, it's official. Yeah, but I did see, I don't know how true this is. So they had these, these journalists were excited to get some coverage about the people being laid off by Elon Musk. Everybody's excited because now with Elon Musk, they can have more free speech, supposedly. And supposedly this one guy went out and said he was one of the employees that got fired, and he just trolled CNBC.
Oh shit!
I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm pretty sure that
they put him like live on screen, and they're like, "Oh, we have here."
He's live on the news, and he said, "Yeah, I'm a former employee," and he's out there like all teared up and everything, and it turns out he was just doing it for the gag.
The Howard Stern days, Did you ever do Stern at all?
Yeah.
Back in the day,
a little Stern back in the day.
That's what was good, Benji getting in like the city council meetings, and he would like read the Flash Dance or whatever that movie was, like where you couldn't dance. Is it Flash Dance? Kevin Costner. Is it Kevin Costner? Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon.
Is it
Flash Dance?
I think that's the name of it. Yeah.
Did
he dance like Kevin Bacon did?
No, he did it like very serious and deadpan. And then remember when Wall Street of the many times Wall Street crashed, but the most recent one, like maybe 8 years ago or something. Oh yeah, maybe even it was back then.
Or 2008.
They're filming all these guys that just lost their, women lost their jobs. They're all like pouring out of like the beers and Stern, whatever the hell. And on the side view of the camera, you can see Sal Governale and Richard Christie making out with each other.
Oh no, that's awesome.
One of them is a married man.
The Bear Stearns. As the housing market.
Was that really what it is? Oh, I was like
guessing.
I was like guessing.
Yeah, I think so. That was the housing market collapse, I think,
It was a crash.
Or would that be the bank failure?
It was the bank, because then they got bailed out or something, and it was a big deal. Everybody complaining about it.
It's all the time, ain't it?
What? 2008. All right. Well, our editor says 2008. Before we start, pulling up videos or whatever, I have a little game I'd like to play, but nothing too exciting.
Really?
It's a stupid game.
What kind of game?
No, it's really dumb, but at least it's something. How about this? Before that, so we were just talking about TikTok Live, and we're like, oh, let's go live. And it's not working. Well, we need 1,000 followers to go live. So that would be cool. But I've been thinking a lot about starting to Twitch stream. You know me, I get 30 minutes to an hour a night, to play. Or if it's the weekend, I get to do a little bit more, and I get to do VR now, like only on the weekends. And if it's just a matter of throwing, they like you don't even need to set up OBS anymore. Twitch has its own software, Twitch Studio or something. And
Yeah,
it'd probably be easy enough to just download that and go.
yeah, it's pretty
Um,
simple.
I
I
don't
tried it for a
really.
while,
Yeah,
but
I was
see,
watching your stuff. You're doing
you're
Pop
like a
One.
top you're like a top contender in most games. That's some people want to see somebody good. Like whenever I played, I
Yeah.
was just like an above average pop one player.
So yeah, but then it would just be Pistol Whip, I guess, Beat Saber, but only like certain stuff like the DLC, Lizzo DLC. I'm doing all right. I think I got third on one of them on the expert.
That's awesome. On expert,
Yeah, but it's
yeah, I
it's a
haven't tried
Lizzo.
the
A lot of
DLC.
people don't download, don't buy them.
I don't know. I've heard a lot of people picked it up
Yeah, but not
and said
compared
it was
to
great.
who have
Yeah,
the. So actually, yeah, this Lizzo pack is one of their best. The songs are decent. I wasn't super familiar with Lizzo, like I knew the name, but when I heard the songs, I'm like, oh yeah, that song. But the maps themselves, they really have a nice flow. Like they started to use, the new arc thing that they added, like 6 months ago. Like when
yeah,
the
that's a
tip
really
of
cool
your,
feature. Yeah,
yeah, the tip of the blade is like connected, and it almost feels like you're grinding. Very
yeah,
reminiscent of Synth Riders. You know how you follow.
yeah. It's just like Synth Riders.
Yeah, they pretty much grabbed it from Synth Riders. But
Exactly.
they're doing a much. It's like a little bit more delicate work with now integrating. Oh, let's do the rail into like a multi-block into a like the flow has gotten better than ever with this pack. So even if like I'm not a
Yeah,
huge fan of the songs, which even they're fun songs, so but it really pulls you in. Like the maps are well done. We haven't had mods installed in a while because they've been updating so frequently. So
yeah.
I'll take it.
They've learned a lot from the modders out there. The modders are
Oh God,
really, I
yeah.
would sure what has got them to make better quality. Because if you go back to the beginning, their songs are terrible. Really,
Yeah.
they were awful. But
Hundred
since
hundred
the
hundred
modders
dollar
come out,
$100 bill, hundred.
yeah, this songs was actually pretty good though.
Yeah, he won awards. I think he won like a Is it a Grammy or?
Did he?
I think
I
so.
mean, they were good. It
Or he
was
was nominated
surprisingly
at
good.
least. Yeah, modding scene. Talk about blade and sorcery. Now that is magic, absolute magic. They put out a new update recently, and it's coming along so much. It is. I'd probably say it's better than Alex. I think it might be the best VR game there is in terms of interaction, physical. So they've now integrated lore. They have full blown. It's going to be Lord of the Rings is essentially what it's going to be. There's like different races. They have different attributes. You're going to be able to like craft different armor that has different stats that wears down. Your weapon's going to wear down. Like there's going to be all these elements to. It's just nuts. Like I can't even get into how detailed they're really making the game, and they're actually finally adding in like breakables. Like so if there's a chair, like normally you could just pick it up, throw it around, use the telekinesis. Now you can like smash a chair over someone's head and it will crumble to pieces, and then you can grab the
Oh, that's really
pieces.
cool.
Yeah, it's
That's
really
cool.
good. I mean, I did pick up Bone Lab, Bone Lab there for a couple of days, but it went back. It wasn't bad. It just was
Yeah,
Boneworks, and I
I
already
just
have
don't understand
Boneworks.
that. That's so frustrating to me because I was really excited about the title because they made such a good game. The last one was so good. Like the
It
story
is.
was good.
It is Boneworks. That's the thing. needed a game on Quest, on Meta, so they just reworked Boneworks, and they were like, well, hey, instead of putting all this work into one, and then we're going to get guff from the PC community because we're not putting it on the PC, because that's the flip side. If they released Bone Lab only on Quest, everybody on the PC side would be like, oh, what the fuck, we supported you, and how could you do this to us?
Oh, yeah.
So then they're like, okay, well, we'll put it on both platforms, we'll make it work on both. And then everybody's like, this is garbage, this is the same thing we already have. So you really kind of can't win there.
Did Bone Labs or Bone Works, was it available on the Quest?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's what killed it.
Yeah, Bone Lab is what they had to make Bone. All right, Blade and Sorcery did a similar thing where
that makes sense.
There's a version of Blade and Sorcery, exactly, Nomad, and it's just Blade and Sorcery, but we had to gut out what we had to make it actually run on the Quest, and I think that's what Boneworks did with Bone Lab, but where Blade and Sorcery didn't even bring over Nomad to PC, because why would they? Like, you already have the game. Stress Level 0 was like, well, we'll bring it over to the PC and resell it, sell it again, but it's really, there's nothing in there you really can't do that you can do in Boneworks, and Boneworks supports mods and all those, sandbox stuff as it is, so
it's such a shame. Quest has set back the high level VR so many years.
Well, we got a Quest Pro now,
Yeah, but it's still.
Yeah, it's not for gaming.
Can it even hook up to a PC?
I would assume. I mean, I can't imagine it wouldn't. They would go out of their way to disable the USB-C link or whatever it is, Quest link. It's got to work. So all right, what have you been playing? Like right now, flat or VR, both? What are you up to? I just want to catch up with you. I'll give you a little rundown what I've been doing. Maybe we'll do a quick version of this game I've been working on, and then we'll start looking at some stuff.
Getting burned out of some of the popular titles because I've been playing the same things for so long. And
what are those things?
Well, Population 1 and Beat Saber.
When was the last time you played Pop 1?
It's probably been. I almost played it today, and then but it's been a few weeks since I played Pop 1, maybe a month or so.
See, I thought it was longer. I thought you stopped playing a few months ago, so I didn't realize.
Well, I haven't. If I have played, I've only played like 1 round or 2 rounds here and there. I haven't played like a solid session in a while, in months.
Yeah. So let me ask you, when you were Twitch streaming, were you doing that through the web browser, or did you download like OBS, or what were you doing?
I was doing it through OBS, I believe, yeah.
So you put your stream key into OBS, and then you just start streaming. Yeah, I was gonna if they make it and it's easy. I'm not at first just to see what it's like and see what. I don't know that I'll do.
Oh yeah, it's not difficult at all. Whenever you download the software, it will just say connect your Twitch account.
Yeah.
And then you just enter in your password basically, and they'll authorize it.
Did you get many views or interaction, or was it just like me?
Well, back then, the most I ever had in chat at one time was 25 people. But
well, that's good. I mean,
for the most part, I would have 8 or 10 people in there, pretty regular.
Really?
But that was in the early days.
Yeah.
I was one of the very first streamers in Pop 1, and and now there's a dozen.
It's insane. Yeah, the saturation.
At that time, they was maybe just a few, and the big guy, he got most of the views, but he was a little bit of an asshole a little bit. So whenever people didn't want to watch him, they'd watch me usually.
Nice guy, Nick.
Yeah.
All right. So then, what are you playing in VR if you're not playing Pop 1 or whatever?
Mostly modded games where we can't get any new games anymore that's any good. I've mostly been going to the modded scene. That's
All
really where
right.
it's at right
Well,
now.
so then what do
I've
you
been
what?
playing.
Oh, but flat
Uh,
games, what mods, right?
yeah, I've been playing Valheim. That's probably one of my biggest games I've played lately, and I've been checking into playing. Um, of course, we got the Half-Life 2 coming out or already out. We
Half
can
Life
play that.
Two.
And I'm gonna,
I think Half Life One's out now too, as well.
yeah, it actually. Yeah, unfortunately, some reason I do not have Half-Life 1 bought. You
Oh,
have to
I'm
have
sure
the game.
it'll be
I
like
can't believe
99
I don't
cents
have
for
it.
the Halloween sale or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch it on the next good sale.
Yeah, I got a
But
few
yeah,
items for this sale ready to go.
uh,
So you're just
yeah, flat
playing
screen.
modded Valheim.
I'm really excited about Deep Rock Galactica, but it's not just there yet. You can play with other VR players, but you can't play with just
I was
flat
gonna ask.
screeners yet.
So, in Valheim, you're playing. Is it multiplayer?
Oh yeah, the Valheim's really cool. I've joined a Discord server, and there's I don't know how many people, but at all times there's a minimum of 50 people online and a maximum of usually around 100, unless it's like uh,
That's impressive.
they have like these seasons. What do they call it? Something else.
Campaign.
Anyways, it's like a season that they have, and they'll restart the game, and everybody will start anew from the basics.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Um, it seems like that's happening more. Somebody's working on that VR mod, like the Unreal Engine, where like any game that's Unreal Engine is going
Oh
to
yeah.
be VR, basically. Like we were talking about Severed Steel, that awesome game, flat game. At a point, yeah, like of course, every game will just be like, just make it flat, and then we'll make it VR. But you wonder, like, well, it's never going to be as good as like a real VR game,
Oh no.
but I don't know. Maybe it's a thing. It's almost like Wii, the Nintendo Wii. Like there were games that you just played that were normal, but then they have same thing with the Switch. Then they had games that used the Wii wand, and you could do tennis or whatever. Like these extra
Yeah.
features. So will we see big games release and then like yeah, you could play it in VR, of course, basic stuff, but then we also released this smaller version that's really, really for the VR people. That's like an actual VR game. Like I don't know. It's like a weird point for everything.
It is.
All
It's
right. So have you
I
played
don't know, it's
anything?
a real shame.
Yeah, yeah. No, I feel kind of mixed up in everything right now. There's a lot of new
Well,
stuff
it's
coming out. It's not necessarily good, and old stuff's
well,
coming
in
out,
fact,
which is really good.
right at the start, whenever the Vive come out, there was lots of big titles coming out, or being made or coming out. You know, you had Alex, which was coming out later, but they was larger developers at the time creating
They're
games.
still. I mean, they're around. Servios is like revving up right now. They're about to do something big, and I mean, there's some things on the
Yeah.
horizon. But all right, so what are you
Mm.
playing flat? We'll look at more VR stuff in a minute. So you're playing anything flat?
Oh yeah. I just played BioShock Infinite,
Oh yeah,
which is
dude.
yeah,
Yeah,
which
that's
I
a
loved
classic.
so much. Yeah, I just beat it yesterday and I loved it so much. I played the
That
original BioShock, but
See, I never played. That was actually one of the first ones. I wasn't a big gamer early on, and one of the first games that I did play that like I played start to finish was that BioShock Infinite. It was just crazy good. That's what kind of
yeah,
gets you going. Like, oh wait, this is what the games are like now, and kind of
BioShock
opens your eyes a
1
bit.
was kind of revolutionary. It was a big choice matters and it had a totally different um atmosphere. Like
Mm,
they it was really creepy. Like you were in these real dark cavern where you're in this underwater mall or dome or
yeah.
and it was real dark and it was really creepy. whereas the Infinite, it wasn't so much.
Yeah, I like that though, like the weird religious vibes, futuristic, alternate timeline type stuff, like
Oh
bright
yeah,
colors, really vivid game.
Infinite went all over the place. I
Yeah, it's
couldn't
cool.
believe it. It was
I think I
yeah, it was
even
really
did the DLC for that or whatever it was, the one where it was like 20 something or 1980 something. No,
I'm not well. There's a few, but I'm not. I've started in on one called Burial at Sea, and it's actually
hmm,
taking you back underwater to where uh, the original game was. But
that's cool.
there is another DLC that I haven't got to try yet, which may
Yeah, that
be
must be
what
it.
you're talking about.
Yeah. So I got let's I was looking forward to, so I bought Arkham Knights, and I did return it just because like I felt 60 was a bit too much. Did you see that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is $70 PC base?
Did I did, and they're still offering season passes, and
Yeah. Well,
but
with
I don't know. I
it's
got
it,
mixed feelings about that.
well, no, it's very like that's what I said. I was I was talking to someone about it, and I said, they're thinking, hey, you're gonna play this game for the next 5 years, and it's like, okay, if that's the case, like a GTA or something, like, yeah, $70, but
Well, I don't
it's
know.
tough
They'll
because
probably
I don't
play
do
it till next
multiplayer.
December.
Well,
Usually,
that's
Modern Warfare is once a year,
yeah. Oh, I
or
guess so.
Call of Duty's once a year. But still, though, it's a game that usually you hop into it and you play the crap out of it. You get a lot of time into it, and
Yeah,
it
there's
offers the War Zone. That's an addition. You're familiar with the War Zone aspect
yeah,
of it
yeah,
that it
yeah.
comes with,
Yeah, no, I was thinking
but
about getting it just because it looked cool, the commercials, and then I saw the price. I was like, oh, no way, because I don't play multiplayer or anything. So
it's really tricky right now because here's the thing with the game $70, which is expensive. But when you think about it,
no,
back
everything is
what
expensive.
20 years ago, games were selling for $60. That'd be like the modern equivalent to like
Yeah, yeah,
probably
200,
300 with the
$300. Yeah.
inflation so yeah, it's not that expensive.
Well,
But
oh, okay.
the thing is, you can buy a $3 game and spend
Well,
just as
so
much time playing
that's
that
that's what hits me, right? And that's why I returned Arkham
independent.
Knight, because like Arkham Knight was sick. First off, they try to fuck me, right? That's the first thing they try to do because there's like a non-skippable movie at the beginning of the game that
Oh, okay.
lasted like 30, 40 minutes. I'm literally I'm like sweating, like, oh my god, they're gonna run out of my refund time. I'm not even gonna know what the game's like. I couldn't even enjoy it. There's this whole big Batman's appearance in it. Everybody
Yeah.
knows what happens. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's not even a spoiler. But whatever. 40 minutes of that, and I'm like, I just want to play. I want to know if I like this game, so I can know if I should keep it or not. And I still really don't. I might have kept it if I had more time to actually see I mean, I did enough of the gameplay. It was like night based, so it's almost like a survival game in a way. Like it's like night one. When you go back
Yeah.
to the belfry, like the hub, it's like end of night one. You did this, like you killed, you beat up this many bad guys, you stopped this, you got this many clues, and then it's like night two. It's, you know what I mean? So every time you leave the belfry, which is Alfred, um, it's an open world, so you can go do whatever the hell you want to do, and spend as much time you want to do in it, and then you come back and night three, so it might have been more fun, but it just is like it's the exact same thing as that Spider-Man, which is incredible. I'd rather just play Spider-Man. Like, if
Yeah, that's
you like hit a button to see what's going on around you, and then like, oh, random crime. Okay, go beat up those guys, and then you beat them up, and then you go, oh, another random crime, beat those guys. Like, that's all I got to really experience of the game, and the fighting was not super like. I don't even think there's a parry or block. There's just like a quick dodge.
oh man.
But visually it was cool and it was fun, some of the takedowns, but it wasn't like Sifu, right? Sifu is just so good. So good and so rewarding. Like that's all I'm saying. Like I'm sitting there being all anxious about like, oh, do I return it? Do I keep it? Do I return it? Do I keep it? $60, so much. And then I think of these other games like, well, Sifu's better than this, and Spider-Man, I could just do that because. And now Miles Morales is coming. That was actually part of the reason I did return it because I'm like, I'm definitely gonna buy Miles Morales. So I think that's coming in like 2-3 weeks.
I think that's just the state of games, and it's just like with
Yeah, they're confused. You could
movies or
tell.
even music. Like a Paramount or a movie studio is going to come out with a movie every so often, no matter what. And every now and then they're going to come out with a good movie,
Like
but
Machine.
a lot of the times it's just going
Sure,
to come out and be basic, and it'll be pretty good. But
dude. That's
whenever you got
Netflix, right?
just like with an album or in film, if you got an independent that's passionate about the project and they put their heart into it and it's good. Now
Yeah.
a lot of people it's bad, but there's so many being made that they are some good ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's hard to beat those independents that are
It's
really good.
it's all just about like clicking into the gameplay loop. Like like if it just clicks, like with Lonely Mountain Downhill for me, like it clicked and
Yeah.
like I could play. It's just it does something for me and it's rewarding and I'll keep doing it. Though I am even that I'm like on the fence of they ended last season. The season before I jumped down to like 17th, and then this last season I went back up to 16th, and I feel like it's just like we're just there, and it's like
Yeah.
it's almost ruining my night because I'm like, oh, I gotta play this thing, and it's becoming more of a burden, but it is still rewarding. So there's that element to it of like knowing the controls so well and get it. It's just like in VR, right? Like that high level interaction and feeling like in Beat Saber, like Kevin always says, like, oh, like you just
Yeah.
feel like a ninja, like this into that, into this into that, and you get this flow. Like that is so rewarding in itself. But so when I saw the Steam sale and like my wish list or whatever and all these games, I was like, I could buy like 6 of those games for that $60 I just spent on Arkham Knight.
I know.
So there's just no way. I was like, okay, dude, I literally was at, and this was not on purpose, 119-minute playtime.
Wow.
One
That's the way to do it.
120 is the refund limit.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, I was.
You tested it out. It should have been, you just taste a little piece of the pie. You just get a little bite, so it's all right.
Yeah, I don't know why those bigger games don't do demos. Like just a tiny sliver of the game. Try it. If you get it, if you like it, you'll buy it. Because like I assume they don't want to deal with all these refunds either, or maybe they do.
But
Maybe it looks good to have that initial like spike in sales to show the higher ups or
yeah,
whatever.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's one of my favorite things about Steam is that 2-hour limit, and really
Yeah,
keeps
yeah.
the developers
Well,
from having to create a separate demo. I mean, you play it,
true.
and there's no doubt about it. You can get your money back as long as you
Yeah.
don't play
Well,
2 hours.
and the flip side of it is that I'm more willing to buy games because you know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'll just give it a refund. And Epic added
Yeah.
that too. You could do, there's 2 hour. They basically just copied it.
Oh, did they? Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Uh,
But with those AAA studios, they're cranking out games so fast that if you wait just a little while, you can get a good deal. Like I said, I played BioShock Infinite. I got it for free. That's why I'm playing it because it was on
nice.
the Epic Store and I got it for free. And I got Prey and like Rage 3 and a whole bunch of these
Yeah,
games that just like less than a
I got
year
them all.
was,
Yeah. Well, that was
yeah,
the other
just,
thinking too, because now I'm sitting here like, am I paying a premium to play this now? I've got so much in my backlog. I wanted to get Days Gone when it first came out, and it was only $50, but it just kept getting pushed aside. I still never played it. It's now on sale for $16, and I'm like, well, fuck
yeah,
Arkham Knights. I'm gonna buy Days Gone. Even Uncharted.
yeah,
I've never played Uncharted. I was so stoked it came to PC. I was like, oh, I'm definitely gonna get this. I'll return Arkham Knights, get this, and then I'm like, well, why don't I get Days Gone while it's $16? By the time
Exactly.
I'm done with this, because it's a pretty big game from what I understand, Uncharted will be 20% off, and I have a feeling Arkham Knight is going to be one of those games. Even Guardians of the Galaxy, which was a pretty great game,
Yeah.
within 6 months of release, it had like a 30% off sale on
Yeah.
Steam.
It
And then there's
usually,
always the resellers too. I don't really.
at minimum, 30% off, usually 30 to 50% off by 6 months,
Well,
and
and to give
maybe
them
more by a
credit,
year.
the Arkham Knights really is designed to be a 4-person co-op game, and right now it only does 2. And again, I don't care about co-op. I'm not really doing that, but they limited it to 2, and they promised in a future update
Oh,
they're gonna add 4 because it's a game about 4 superheroes. Like, what the heck? Why
yeah,
would
that's
you? That would
now
be
that
great if you had 3 friends and each one of you were one of these 4. I don't even know, Batgirl, Robin Boy, Bat Boy, whatever, and then
eh,
you're all out there in the streets playing with each other. Like, that's cool. That's worth it. I
the
could see it.
only time that I could see buying a game early on is something that's multiplayer based, that you need a big group of people to
Mm-hmm.
play, like this Modern Warfare. It's if you don't buy it now and play it, you're not going to play it.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Like, there's a
I mean,
certain
well,
period of
yeah,
time where,
it's going to die off in a few months.
I
Well,
mean,
it
more
probably
than,
won't, because there'll be another one next year and
yeah. And there's
everybody
a
will
few
start playing
there's
it.
always diehards, right? But
Yeah.
that's bigger than ever for VR games, right? We were doing Ultimex a few weeks ago, and we were lucky to find like one match, and that's a free game. And it's just,
Yeah.
but I think we said something before. I think there's something about free games that a lot of people are like, I don't trust it. You know,
I don't know.
uh,
I love free games. I
I'm
was
not talking.
actually,
I'm saying in general, though. I think
yeah,
there's, everybody's
yeah,
different. I've
oh,
definitely overlooked some like more of the indie free games that end up being like really great on Steam. Because you're like,
it
I think
really just depends. I've spent more money on free games than I have other games, like League of
that's
Legends. It was a
hilarious.
completely free game, and you basically just buy cosmetics, but
I'm gonna
somehow I spent more money.
quote you on that, Bill Dance. I've spent more money on free games,
Absolutely.
but it
Yeah,
is
and
true.
you'll hear other people say the exact same thing. Yeah, of course, the
Well, Fall Guys went free, but I paid for Fall Guys. Um,
Yeah, free games are a cash cow though, because once you get a player base, you
Well,
can start
and you're
milking
almost
them for.
and you're like, well, I didn't pay for it, so I'm happy. The thing is, too, a lot of people are happy to support. I support the developers I like. So even like
Yeah,
Funktronic, right? They could release something. I think they released, was it Fuji or Fiji, the one where like you had this
yeah,
garden. Like, I wouldn't have really been into that, but I got it because I really like Funktronic, and I enjoyed it. It's not something I play that often,
yeah.
but there is a good bit of that in gaming now, which is good. I think Devolver has that Cult of Lamb or whatever. That's a
Oh
really good
yeah.
game, but it blows up because so many people love Devolver, and they're really just like a
Well,
publisher.
see, if I didn't put $1,000 into League of Legends, we might have not got the Arcane series, which
There you
you
go.
still
You
have
paid
not
for it,
watched,
yeah.
which is incredible.
I think we put on a little bit of it. Um, what was I
Yeah,
saying? Oh, and
you need to watch. It's so good.
Annapurna, dude. That's where
Oh
I'm just
yeah,
so connected to Annapurna. They did that game at this game Ashen that I have like I have a pin of one of the guys, Jokel, I think. For whatever reason, it just resonated with me so much. And then I love Sayonara, Lonely Hearts, and um, Neon White is Annapurna. So I even
yeah,
got it. I bought it just to support them, and I liked the style, but I didn't get it. I guess at first so much, and now I'm playing it every night. It's like one of the highest reviews on Metacritic. It's like at a 90, and it's great. Actually, Donkey, dude, let's throw that on. We were gonna um
You have still not played that in VR, have you?
No, I didn't do the mod. I know that
I
was
bet
another
it's
reason I got
so
it.
good in VR.
And it's gonna be good in VR. I'll do it. I'll do it. I will. But okay, wait. Before. All right, never mind. I have this stupid game, but it's not in a place where. All right. Okay. I've made a guess.
Okay.
Here's the stupid game. Before I pull up Donkey playing Neon White. All right. So you have to just make a sentence, but end it with like a band's name. Let's say a band name. So any
Yeah.
sentence, and you just end it with a band name, not like about the band. You know what I mean? Like, but like
Yeah.
whatever their name is, the sentence
Yeah.
ends with that. All right. And I've got.
Okay.
All right. I've got two. Okay. And then I'll tell you the real game afterwards. Okay. So give yourself a second. Think about a
Thinking
sentence.
more than one.
No. I've got my own thing going on here. I'll explain after.
Oh, okay.
So you just gotta come up with a sentence that ends with a band
Okay.
name. It could be any band you want. You're
Well, I already
completely
got
open.
one sentence, but I'm trying to think of others.
Oh, you don't need more. If you got one, man, go with it.
Oh yeah. Playing in VR is pure nirvana.
Oh fuck.
I mean, you can do anything with nirvana.
All right. So the real game is on me. I had
Okay.
picked two bands that I thought you would use, and I was wrong. So I
Oh.
picked Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I picked Grateful Dead. I don't know why. I just felt like you would use one of those. Like we're.
Well, Well, that would have been good picks, but
I didn't think of Nirvana. That was a good one.
if I would have thought about if I would have come up with one over a long time and try to come up with a cool one, I would have probably used a Widespread Panic. I would have probably used them.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, that's probably where I was going with when I was thinking of Grateful Dead. But
This
so this
world
is
is leading to widespread panic.
yeah. Um so the game is really on me to like all right, let's do it with like a movie. So let me think of
Oh,
something.
I'm not so good with movies.
Oh, I guess the movie's not maybe a video game? How about a video game?
Oh, video game. I'd have to.
Think. I have to think too. That's the problem.
Yeah, but I can just look up video games.
That's true. I could do that too. It's more
But it
fun
has
when you
to end in.
don't. Yeah. I can't even. Oh, I've got one.
That sucker needs a pistol whip.
Fuck. I was wrong again. You were like handing that one to me. I went with Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. Oh, how are you going to end that?
I don't
see.
know. People in politics are like a step away from Mortal Kombat.
Let's see.
But right,
You want me to try to guess yours? What's
so
yours?
what with bands?
Yeah, with bands. Let's see. Let me think about it.
All
For
right. So
just
then
a
I have to
second.
think. I have to think of a
Yeah,
sentence.
you have to think of a sentence, and I have to think about. But you know so many more
I won't go.
bands.
I won't go indie. And I can't use Bon Iver, so that's off the table. Let me think of. Oh man, I have a good one, but it wouldn't make much sense. I'm trying to think of a way to make the one I want to use work right now. Okay. So this one, I've got it, but I'll give you a heads up is that it wouldn't necessarily make sense, but they're super popular right now. Or there's a big news thing about them. And my sentence
Um,
doesn't make sense, but I'm still going to use it because we're going to talk about them afterwards.
Blink 182. That's the only thing.
How the fuck I didn't even use the sentence and you got it?
Well, you've been talking about Blink 182 before.
I was going to say this. Well, it doesn't matter because you have to guess ahead of time. But I was going to say there was like a avatar named 182 and his eyes were stuck. So they kept saying Blink 182.
Well, that would work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Well, you still fucking got it, dude. I didn't get any of them. You got mine. I didn't even give you the sentence. But all right, so Blink 182. Here, let me do a little bit of a stream, and we'll pull up some news. So, I grew up.
Oh,
Did you listen to Blink like back in the day?
I wasn't a huge fan, but they were okay. Yeah, there's so much stuff that's happened here lately.
Well, so what? I was really into Blink. They were one of the first, I was probably in like 8th, 9th grade when Dude Ranch came out, and boom, I'd already played drums. So I was getting in guitar, and I was like playing drums and learning guitar through that album.
Very energetic. You're a very energetic person,
well, I
so you was letting out that Blink 182.
Yeah. So it was really, but I didn't follow them through the, like the Take Your Pants Off and Jacket album. And like I was kind of out at that point. And then they broke up. Well, they didn't break up, but Tom left, who I love. And what's even crazier is he started the To the Stars Academy, which is now, he's partly responsible for all this new UFO, UAP, whatever, all the news that's been coming out. You don't know about that?
Oh yeah, I didn't know he was involved.
He went on Joe Rogan and did like a 3-hour pod where he's talking about all the government, like black ops, military people he's been in communication with. He started, I don't know. Right here. To the Stars. We can invest in it. Is this the right one?
Seems like I've seen where he went on Joe Rogan, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, see Tom DeLonge, founder.
Well, interim CEO.
And then all these people are freaking like operations officers, CIA, Directorate of Operation, like crazy. See, this is their board. It's all legit. And that's what he was talking about on Joe Rogan. And they were kind of like laughing at him like, oh, dude, you think you're crazy. Like you're doing all these important meetings with talking about UFOs. You're nuts. And then like a year later, like, oh, he was right. Everything he said was true.
There's so much going on with UFOs and just overall space.
He's always been a UFO guy. Like he has tattoos. He has songs about them. So that's kind of where he has been focusing. But then Mark, the bassist and second singer, he got cancer and he thankfully, overcame it or whatever and is, recuperating. And that kind of brought them, they weren't really ever angry or fighting. They just were done. And this guy from Matt Skiba from Alkaline Trio took over Tom's spot for the last like 8 years or something like that. And then in the last few months, turns out they're talking, boom, they're reuniting, doing a massive world tour, Blink-182 reunion world tour. And like, how could we not go? We get to see all these bands. I've seen Blink a few times, but it's different now, like this age. And so we were so excited to get these tickets. We were ready, like, oh, we're going to pay. We want to get good seats. It's, the arena tour. But man, those tickets, there were tickets on there that were about $1,500.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And
I think there's been some controversy around that where
there's a lot.
Staff of Ticketmaster is actually buying the tickets and then reselling them higher than what?
Not exactly. It's boring, but just quickly to kind of sum it up. There's this thing called dynamic pricing, which artists can opt into. So if I'm a band and I'm going to use Ticketmaster, I can be like, yeah, I'm going to do dynamic pricing. And all it really means is, which is fucking garbage, because it's basically like saying, so did you think no one was going to buy the tickets? Right?
Yeah,
Like,
well, I
because,
mean, it's just shit anyways. How much will you pay for these tickets? Not
but not
will
even
I
that.
give people a
Like,
fair show for a fair price, you know?
what's even worse with Blink is they were famous because they did a dollar tour, like back in the day, because they wanted to make
Oh,
sure
man.
all their fans could come see them. They did this thing. Here, I'll show you. Blink 182 $1 tour. Maybe they wiped it.
I wonder
from the
why they
internet.
went with the dynamic pricing. It's basically like a pay us back tour for what we did years ago.
Yeah, they lost money on that. It's funny, dude. There's nothing.
Yeah, my niece wants to go see this country singer, and he got famous off of YouTube. He did have a pretty good, sounding voice, but anyways, his tickets are like several $100s for this guy on YouTube that don't even have he might have an album, but
Is
they
that
just
two?
threw something
Is that two tickets or just one ticket
for one ticket. Yeah,
for
and he just
$100?
kind of
Is it
threw
arena
together.
or?
I'm not. Yeah, it's big. He's like huge now. You've probably seen his YouTube video. He just sings country in the back of a truck, and he does sound good, but he don't have like a full album. He made an album, but it's just I don't know. It's ridiculous. Whenever I used to go watch Widespread Panic years ago, they sold their tickets for $35 every concert, and they could have gotten much, much more.
Oh yeah,
$50 whenever it was Phillips Arena on New Year's, and people would have paid hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But
yeah,
they didn't charge it because they wasn't trying to milk their customers.
yeah. Well, anyway, so they released a statement on it, and Mark just kind of said like, we went with dynamic pricing. We didn't want scalpers to get all these tickets and scalp you guys and da da da.
Yeah.
One thing that they did say is like we're gonna do, was it an hour and a half? So because people were so upset about it, we still got them. Like what are you gonna do? We really wanted to. Obviously we could have not gotten them, but we wanted to. So
Yeah.
fuck it. We work hard to
Yeah.
do this shit.
Yeah.
But he just said, we want. He basically said we want to bring the best tour that we can. So you have to assume they're gonna put money into the show. I mean, it does cost a lot, especially these days. Everything costs more. So touring costs more, gas is more, and
Yeah.
the stage shows more,
sure.
and the people at work more. But yeah, it was outrageous to see like $1,500 general admission the way they set up. Like a friend, there's a
Yeah.
very small standing area, and those are the ones that was like 15 or even 1,700.
Oh, wow.
Similarly, quickly, I'll go back to Blink. So Theo Vaughn is finally coming to Boston. He's like one of my favorite comics.
Yeah.
He announced 3 dates, and I found out, I was like, oh, right on it, but a little late. Like he's on his Patreon. He gave me like the date, like literally 5 minutes after the tickets that went live. He let me he notified everybody in the Patreon. So I was like, oh, what the fuck? He could have told us yesterday, so I could have been front, to get a good seat.
Yeah.
So I get these tickets. It was like 114 or so for 2 tickets, and I got decent seats. Those went so fast, they added another day. And then I was like, oh, well, let me get the next day, because then I can get better tickets because I'm aware of it now. This follows, suit twice over. I bought 3 sets of tickets to 3 different days. Now, it doesn't end there. He adds 2 more shows. So he's going to be here for 6
Jeez.
shows. But get this. Now, the same tickets I got the first day for 114 are selling for $600. For about the same
Wow.
place. But it almost makes no
crazy.
sense, because how all your fans bought those first few days, and now you realized, oh, we sold so much, let's add a few more days, and then Ticketmaster's like, oh, everybody's buying them, so let's just raise the price. And it's like, well, who's left to buy them? because your main fans were the ones that knew about it and bought them right away. So now that you've got this 6th show and you're selling tickets more expensive than ever, I almost feel like it's going to be an empty venue that night. And you almost feel bad for him. Like, how did he get tied into doing a 6th show and at those rates? Like, why is it different from the rates I got the first night and the second night even?
Yeah, well,
So-
even if it's, not very many people at that price, he's still getting a lot of money from it. So
I bet you I could still pull up.
they're
Pretty-
trying to see how much they can get.
I mean, I guess it's easy enough for him to cancel the sixth day. But here, let me see real quick, and then I'll just show
Well-
you the articles about blank. Let's see, Theo. And I'm not criticizing Theo. If Theo Vaughn sees this in any way, I think this was the last show added.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
dude. I can still get section B, which is like front of the stage.
Yeah.
It's still pretty open there. So right now I could get $227 each, row 7, section B, and that's what I got. All right, so section B, row 7 is $227 per ticket, so that's going to be over $5 for 2. And then the tickets I did get, which I kid you not, 3 sets of tickets for Theo. These are my actual tickets. Oh, and there's my Blink ticket. The bottom.
No.
We're also going to see Andrew Callahan, Channel 5. Psyched about
that's
that.
awesome.
Yeah, that's December, and we're
Wonder
going to
what he-
Conan. Dude, Andrew Callahan's doing some
Oh,
wild
man.
shit. Yeah, we'll be talking about
Yeah.
Conan because that's next week or in 2 weeks. We'll be at New York Comedy Festival, Conan O'Brien Podcast Live.
I was wondering what Andrew Callahan. He's usually
I'll-
there. Like if he goes somewhere, it's because he went to the Ukraine to check out the crisis there, and then he went to a the trucker rally.
Yeah.
He's usually got a theme for what is he doing at.
I'll
where
tell you.
you're-
So that same section B, I'm like back a few rows. I paid $53 for the Theo
wow.
Vaughn show. 53, and now section B is $227, and that was just days apart.
Well, now,
but Theo, I love you.
You could sell some of your tickets now.
Well, yeah, I don't necessarily do that, on purpose. It's really Ticketmaster screwing with you because, like, I swear,
yeah.
I'll be right on right on the dot, 10 a.m. when they're live. I'm in the pre-sale, and then it'll give me like lame tickets, and then I'm anxious. You get this, you're feeling all these feelings and like anxious and like I need tickets. And then like 30 minutes later, you check back, and it's like way better tickets that are now available that weren't available when I was there first waiting in line. So I end up buying a few tickets usually for similar reasons. I don't
There's
know.
no way it's legitimate the way that they sell tickets.
Yeah.
because
No. They
Like,
only
you can
release
be
like
right
back
on the dot.
first. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's so stressful because you go out of this way. I like set alarms to remind myself to be there on time. And then the ones who are there on time get like slapped in the face for it almost by Ticketmaster's
Yeah.
algorithm. But Andrew Callahan,
Well,
so
they'll be all gone instantly. It's like a bot just snatches them up before
Yeah.
it even processes. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Andrew Callahan said he's bringing some random people from past videos, some rappers. He's going to do rap battles on stage.
Oh.
He's also going to like Craigslist at each city, and he's hiring like magicians and like all these weird like slice of life type deal.
Yeah.
So it's going to be this hodgepodge event of like just all over the place, goofy, fun. I don't know. I'm looking forward to that
A lot
one.
of fun.
Yeah, what did I
Yeah,
just
he's
watch
been
him
getting-
in? What was Callahan in? Was that in Steve-O? Oh, shit. Yeah, it's Theo. Andrew Callahan was just on Theo. Like, literally this week. And I was like, that's weird. I just bought tickets to both of them.
Yeah, that is kind of strange there.
We
This is
got
from
new
4
merch,
days ago.
some new colorways in the Be Good.
Everything was so ridiculous. Like every ride was like crazy.
So this is the current Theo. Damn, he's got 1,000,002 subscribers. I had no idea.
This tiny like Honduran dude picking me up in Crowley, Louisiana, and like
So
taking me to, like a
they talk about the tour a bit there. Like, you know.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, you should check this one
like
out.
I think some people, it also depends on, I think, where some people's
They're very similar in a lot of ways.
mindsets come out of.
yeah.
Do you now like I know you just went and interviewed Alex Jones and had to sit down with Alex Jones.
Yeah,
This is
what
great
was
because
that kind of
Theo is
mindset?
basically every person Andrew has ever interviewed.
Yeah, I give a lot of props to Andrew Callahan because he's been going like he went to this
Well-
trucker rally that
well, he
was
got-
like a
Screwed real bad.
how's that?
His original all gas, no brakes.
Yeah,
he had a
what happened
major-
with that? I didn't know what
They
happened. with
they
that whole
they
deal.
took over and they were threatening him, and he was doing a movie. He has a movie deal now. He's putting out a movie, I think, on HBO. He's signed with Tim Eric, absolutely, and he's literally working on a movie. But his original company, All Gas No Brake, was like, "Dude, you got to put out another movie, another video." And he's like, "I'm working on a movie. I'm busy." And he got like 20% or something. Like he got very little money for what he was doing, and he was so young and just like, this is so cool, so rad. Like, because that's kind of what blew him up. Without that, he wouldn't have been able to do what he did.
Oh yeah.
But it ended up with him having to depart, and he just gave them All Gas No Brakes, and they're using it. They're putting up like clones, like bullshit
Like
stuff.
the old the Chappelle Show type deal.
Yeah, and
Well, that's actually a pretty common in the record industry. You hear that
Yep.
all the time.
yeah. So
Well,
now
I'm glad for him. He's doing well though.
yeah, he got out of it. He's all back, and he owns. Well, I'm sure he owns Channel 5, but I think it's partly Absolutely's involved. But they're not scumbags. So yeah, we just watched this earlier. The World's Strongest Man one. That's a good 8 days ago. His Alex Jones interview was a little all over the place. Jones just acting like really unhinged.
I have not watched that. When does Alex Jones not act unhinged? I have got to watch that. I did not know
That he interviewed
did an
it.
interview with Alex Jones. That is freaking awesome.
Do you feel responsible for what happened to?
It's almost not an interview. It's hard to explain.
It's like he's in the streets telling the truth. You know what I mean? In comparison to anybody else.
Yeah.
It's just hard to find any kind of reporting that's not a bias reporting. And he just there just to listen, like a news reporter should be. So I
Yeah.
like him.
Yeah, no, I like dude, we got some merch to support him as soon as it was available. I was actually going to wear it today. I went with Tim Dillon instead because he's had some rough times with his
that's
producer Ben Avery leaving the show or being let go from the show. We don't really know what happened. Tim Dillon put up an episode where he kind of went harsh on Ben, and then it was taken down like within hours. I had already listened to the podcast before it was taken down, so I got to hear it, and he was a little bit rough and mean. Well, more this guy Ray Kump, but yeah.
Jeez.
So I saved Channel 5 shirt to wear until we go see him, which is December 19th. So we're gonna pod. We'll do a pod after that show. I'll tell everything we have. I'm actually gonna message Callahan and ask if it's cool if I bring the Canon, because then I can just get some decent footage and we'll just show it on the pod. We can watch some of it.
Oh, that'd be cool. He seems like, a kind of guy
Yeah,
that you can
I think he'll
talk
be
to.
open to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because every show is going to be unique. So if I can get some really good footage of the Boston show in particular, and we can highlight it and talk about it on the show, like that doesn't hurt him anyway. It just helps. I mean, what are our 20 viewers going to go and he's going to lose money on it and all that. So we'll see.
That'd be really cool.
But yeah, you should check
Now,
all
you
this
might have a
stuff out.
tougher time with Conan, but yeah, Callahan should be all right.
Yeah, no, I don't
I
think
can't
Conan's
believe
gonna-
you're going to watch Conan, man. That's so awesome.
Dude, 11/11. It's crazy. November 11. 11/11. It's coming up.
He is so good at his craft. It's,
Oh
it's
my God.
ridiculous.
The newest Conan podcast is Kevin Nealon. Kevin Nealon's one of the funniest motherfuckers alive. You know?
Yeah.
He's so funny. And it's such a good, it's like one of the best Conan podcasts ever. Like the way they're just so back and forth and everything is a joke that Kevin says more or less.
Yeah, oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
But,
I definitely need to watch. I don't watch or listen to much podcast, honestly.
Yeah, I
And
know.
Co-
Well, now you got to do
if I
Theo
did,
Vaughn and Andrew Callahan. That's on your list. And Kevin Nealon and Conan O'Brien.
Conan would definitely be one. Another. I was always a real big fan of Jon Stewart. Like I just love Jon Stewart. And
Yeah.
I've listened to a little bit of his stuff lately, and I'm not. I just don't know. It's different. But yeah,
Yeah. I liked him when I was younger, and I think he's a good guy. I don't have interest to like follow him anymore or like know what he's up to, you know. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I've always been a real big fan of him. But
check this out.
Conan.
We might get
He's
claimed for this.
Before. Eduardo, I want you to step in because you're a neutral observer here.
Yes, sir.
And I want you to do.
It's like the hardest Conan's ever laughed.
To come with this gentleman, Kevin Nealon. Oh, look at the page. Yeah, Kevin Nealon. I want you to do
Just him with the straw and like everything. He's
on what's happened here.
Kevin Nealon like invented trolling. I swear.
Don't you ask Sonia?
No, I just.
He's a cool dude.
Sona's gonna like. She likes
It's Sonia. It's Sonia.
Did you ever watch the Weeds TV show?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of Weeds.
Yeah.
Nealon has his own little show where it's like hiking with Nealon or something, hiking with Kevin, and he's launching the new season starts soon, and Conan's on it.
Oh, really?
Hiking. Yeah, it's good. He literally just goes on hikes. See, there's Paul Rudd hiking with Kevin.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I gotta watch that.
There's Adam Sandler. There's Conan O'Brien. Martin Short. Oh my God, Martin Short. I don't know that I saw that one.
I think he's coming to
I'm Kevin.
Chattanooga soon. Martin Short and who's he
Steve Martin?
going around with?
Steve Martin?
Yeah.
Dude, are you kidding me? You should go. That's incredible.
Yeah. That's good for around my area. I'm so jealous. All the time I'll be looking up concerts and they're like Boston. Everything's Boston. You get everything there.
We didn't get Theo for years. I've been waiting for that one.
Yeah, but he's not like a super duper popular. You get everybody that's like popular for sure.
Yeah, it's
Like
good and bad.
This was kind of
We end up
weird.
spending way too much money on tickets.
This is really strange, but for some reason I was listening to older, 90s music the other day, and Evanescence come on, and
Wake me up. Is that one?
yeah, and I always thought she had such a beautiful voice, and I looked her up, and she was coming to Boston, of course.
Solo?
Of course, I don't know if I'd go. Well, it's Evanescence. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't think she's got that. It don't matter. She's the main thing, you know. There was another guy that was with
Well, that's
her,
why I was
but,
thinking
you know,
it would be. I'd be interested. I'd be more interested in her as a solo.
Yeah, it's Evanescence, but I don't think it's got the same guy it used to have. But like they broke up, but really she's the show, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, so Kevin Nealon's got new stuff coming, new season list. He legit goes hiking and just holds a freaking camera. It's great.
Yeah, but
Anyone. Good night, the guy from Night Court. That's a good reference.
I
John
gotta watch
Malkovich.
that. I'm sure that's good. That's a good combination there.
Jiminy Glick.
Now, do we hold for applause? 'Cause
That's
you're
kind of
Jiminy
like
Glick.
post this, right?
Yeah.
Good. So say it again.
When you do characters like Ed Grimley,
Hold.
Jiminy Glick,
Hold.
Did you see the guy?
Yeah.
Go.
would you say
The guy is like, was that just fucking
Yeah.
Hold.
full turnaround? Was that Kevin
Yeah.
Nealon and Martin Short?
Oh, he knew. He knew.
Really hold. Go.
would you say Jiminy Glick is the biggest character you've ever done, success-wise?
Jimmy
Well,
Glick is
I would
great.
say that he's
I haven't seen
been
that in
the
a long
most fun
time.
to do because it's so much
been
improvised.
doing it
so there's
forever.
not, the writing can be the drag in it all because it's removing spontaneity. So Jiminy Glick is improvised. So it's
Most of that is improvised.
yes.
Yeah. I pushing you to keep you ahead because it looks like you're out of breath and falling behind. See, isn't that a better picture right there?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they're just so goofy.
Yeah,
Kevin trolls Conan.
that's going to be a good series, having Kevin Nealon and whoever else, it's going to be good.
Yeah, well, no, he's been doing it, and he's doing like his new season. Oh my God, Theo!
Oh, Lord, Sarah Silverman. Oh, he does have.
Dude, I didn't know Theo was on there.
Well, he's everywhere, ain't he?
Fuck. Oh, that's awesome. Did we watch Theo and Kevin? That's crazy. I had no clue, man. Oh, full circle. We just nailed it. Here, let's follow up with this. Blink-182. Tickets are so expensive because Ticketmaster is a disastrous monopoly, and now everyone pays ticket broker prices. Or why you are not ever getting an inexpensive ticket to a popular concert ever again. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there is a limit. I think what we had to pay is just too much. It's also even so when we were looking at tickets, even the fucking back wall, like literally against the wall on the highest balcony, $300. I mean, that is just such garbage. Garbage, dude. There should never be. There should always be like these tickets are 50 or like some sort of model. Like it's just insane that it's like, oh, you're paying the same as the guy that's like 100 feet in front of you, and like
it's actually just like any other concert, except for they're cutting out the scalpers.
Yeah, they're
They've
just
turned into
integrating.
the scalpers.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, well,
But,
here's something else. I heard David Spade say that he once paid $50,000 for one ticket to be in like third row for Paul McCartney. So I do think there's been this sort of elitist concert ring. Like Stern used to go to concerts like that, like where you'd get to see like Bob Dylan, in a small. Prince was the one that would do it, and I think they were paying $20,000-$30,000 a ticket for the celebrities, and I think that model post pandemic or whatever is now coming like the norm for us, for regular people now. It's like if you want to go, and you just have to hope that you pick the right band. Maybe you limit, like, we go to as many shows as possible to support as much as possible, to experience as much as possible. And maybe they're just telling you like that we don't want that anymore. Pick your one or two artists or your one or two comedians. When they come around, that's who you pay. Otherwise, you don't go. Because everybody does have such a hardcore audience. Like, even Andrew Santino, he's doing a New Year's Eve Boston show. We were thinking about doing it. They're really good price and everything, but I just mean in like he has an audience already. It's not like it's like tickets, hey, I get your tickets for sale. Like he has X amount of tickets already sold just by saying, I'm going to be here. Boom, those tickets are gone. There's some other tickets if people want to come, but you know what I mean? Like everyone has their audience now thanks to the internet. Blink is this one exception where they have everyone. Like they were pre-internet. They didn't need a pocket audience. You know, they have a global audience. So it was just like an extra, it really visualized how much of a problem this can be with dynamic pricing. But at the same time, fucking sold out. I guarantee you that's already sold out.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I'd say so.
Link.
Oh, my dogs are hungry. They're coming to see me.
Yeah,
they say, feed me some food.
we gotta wrap up.
Here, I'll give them a treat right quick. They like whenever I give them a
What's
treat.
your dog's names? I always forget your dogs.
Poppy and Honey.
Poppy, Honey?
You know Honey.
Oh my god, is that like Gringo Poppy?
No, it's like...
Did you name your dog after Brendan Schaub's special?
No, it's... we got... My old dog was named Daisy, so it's a flower. And then we got Poppy, like poppy seed. And then Honey, like honeysuckle. So
honeysuckle. I gotcha.
Flower related, yeah.
Flower dogs.
Flower related. Yep.
That's
because
cute.
the two, Honey and Poppy, are babies of Daisy. So
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember. I remember. Have you checked out Dudesy at all lately? Dudesy's been so good. The AI podcast.
I have not been watching the Dudesy. No, I'm not.
It's good. I think that's one that you'll like. Stick with it. You know, Will Sasso's really funny. And they opened up a Patreon where you get access to the AI, apparently. Like you can talk to the Dudesy AI or submit ideas or questions or something.
That's interesting. That I would like to know about.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm probably gonna do the Patreon this week, and we'll talk about it. I'll tell you about it.
Yeah, there's something about that AI. I don't know. It's not exactly as they say. It's
got to be both. We talked about this, right? The kayfabe, keeping it kayfabe, like the whole wrestlers like sticking that this is real. So I don't think the show is sold out, the Blink show, but it's not really working. It showed me, all right, balcony tickets for, they're verified resale. That's why. Oh, here's an official platinum balcony, $329. You're like in the very, very, very back against the wall. That's one seat. So for two tickets, $600 for the very back
that's
balcony.
The way sporting events have always been with scalpers. Like this current game that's playing right now, Tennessee and Kentucky, they were like...
ticket prices. Yeah, sometimes can
get.
So here's floor B.
If you would have got them months ago, it'd have been like $50, but now it's probably $2,000.
These are single tickets, okay? Floor B, row 9, $792. Row 8, $843.
Wow.
Row 7, $860. Row 4, $942. Row 2, $967. Row 10, $971. Row 11, $1,000 each. Row 8, $1,022. All the way up to, oh my God. Floor B, row 3, one ticket, $2,556.
That's ridiculous. I just don't know who's paying these prices.
So I've got 2 tickets here to go to Blink. Will it focus? It's not gonna focus, huh? I'll read it. $5,112 for 2 tickets.
Each?
No, that's for both of them. That's for both. Both 2 tickets. $5,112. And that's before. Let's hit next. I'm going to buy them right now. I'm in the checkout. I'm nervous being in a checkout for these goddamn tickets. I don't want to click the wrong button here. Let's see. Oh! So after the service fees,
money it's just not. It's too much.
the service fees, just the service fees, $971.28. But the order processing fee is only $2.95. Thankfully, $2.95. But so with the service fees, I'm dizzy. I'm dizzy right now. 2 tickets, $6,086.23.
Oh my god!
I'm not exaggerating, man.
The service fees scale
And look,
with
it just
the
popped
price.
up. Look, it just popped up on me. Complete your purchase. Tickets are
No.
selling fast. Get yours now before they're gone. Oh, okay, got it. It's a verified resale ticket. What are you talking about? I'm releasing those tickets. They're released back. So anybody out there, you want to go buy the $6,000 Blink-182 tickets? Holy shit! I'm like shaking just thinking I was that close to hitting a next like purchase button on a $6,000 set of tickets. But that gives me a gauge because we bought 4 tickets.
Yeah. How much did you end up having to cough up for your ticket?
I don't want to say.
Too much. Yeah, even like
to be
it's
fair,
been quite a while ago, but the Rolling Stones just charged like $250 for their tickets back 10 years ago. Which
my stomach is like making noises right now from that. Oh my god,
that's crazy.
I have like a ringing in my ears.
I think this whole after the pandemic, everybody just wants to get out, and it's just like everything else. Everything's sold out right now.
Blink has the one edge of it being, just where the right demo. When we were their biggest audience were 12 to 18. They're now 40 years old. So now we got money.
Yeah.
And
they're
barely
gonna take it all from you.
Unfortunately, and they reunited and yeah, but
I mean,
I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, that really just knocked me back. No. So what I was gonna say is, before the tickets went on sale, Cheryl and I literally sat down and discussed it. Like, that's where we're at with this stuff. Like, we literally had a conversation. Let's be prepared. It's gonna be wild. Because when that 10 a.m. hits and the pre-sale's live, I'm telling you, there's this frantic flurry of, am I getting tickets? Am I in queue? And I got to refresh, and I got to get out and come back. And
yeah.
So you literally have to have a meeting with your household of like, how much are we willing, to sacrifice? We'll skip. We won't eat for the next month. We won't buy. We literally said we're not going to buy each other. It was just our anniversary. We forewent anniversary presents because that went into that. You know what I mean?
I think it's better. I think we always did that. Me and my wife, we always went.
But I just mean like
more than the item. Yeah.
We imagine like we literally had to have like a meeting about like preparing to buy these tickets and like a game plan and
that's like a big life decision there.
Now it is. So Vice just wrote, the fans are furious and at the band and society in general over the Astro. Oh, right here, Billboard has cited ticket prices as high as $600 in some cities. Well, we just showed tickets that cost $6,000. So fuck you, Vice.
They may have been. What day was that? Maybe it was just $600 back then. Yeah, look, what day was that on?
That was the Boston show. Oh, this came out pretty quick. October 20, so 8 days ago.
Wow.
I mean, we just got the tickets like a week ago or something.
Man, maybe we need to start scalping tickets. Just buy tickets right off the bat and then wait a few days.
Well, we got an extra set, but it was only out of like I was trying to get him, and Charles was trying to get him, and we both got a set the best that we could. It wasn't on purpose. So we'll have 2 tickets that we have to get rid of, unless we find someone that wants to go and can afford what we paid for them. It doesn't, you're too good of a person. You don't want to do that, right? It's.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
But that's how they should feel about selling their tickets too, and turn that dynamic pricing off.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you don't have to do the dynamic pricing.
There are better ways to handle it.
Maybe they. Why did they even go through? Why is Ticketmaster
Exactly? That's what I was going to say.
There needs to be other options besides
Louis
Ticketmaster.
C.K. is the answer to everything. Louis C.K. He created a system. It's very simple. His fans, he took their emails. He hates Ticketmaster. He won't work with them. So it's very simple. If you're a fan of his, he has your email. If he's doing a show, he's going to email you and say, hey, I'm doing a show. Here's the price. If you want a ticket, buy it. Money goes straight to me. I rent the venue.
I get a lot of respect for that. Not only is he cutting out the...
He made a movie on his own that way. He just made 4th of July. Didn't we? Yeah, we watched the trailer with Kevin last pod. So he made a whole movie that way, funded the movie. He made TV series that way. He funded them that way. And he just put up another comic special, Bobby Kelly. We're going to buy that. Bobby Kelly's Kill Box. So not only is he doing it for himself, he's bringing in artists that he likes, and he's helping them. So he's done this thing, and now he's trying to do better with it, right? And help more people. So there's the movie where he's got all these old comics in it, and young comic Joe List. You just buy it. It's right here. That's it. You buy it. There's this whole series. He sells his own. He owns everything he did. His own comedy special right there. 7 stand-up specials. $25.
That's
Easy.
awesome. But not everybody can do that. But why is there, in this day and age, why is there not a competitor to Ticketmaster that does a good job with,
I'll tell you why, because it's all tied into the venues, the arenas and the stadiums. They all got it's all part owned by, it's like owning like railroad tracks. You know what I mean? Like, or the cable under the ground, like Comcast or, cable providers. It's like, we own this shit.
I think I've seen something about the venues getting kickbacks from Ticketmaster.
Oh yeah, they're all in bed with each other.
It's rigged. Everything's rigged. It's ridiculous.
But how cool is that? He directed and funded it himself. Louis C.K. did Robert Kelly's special. So I'm gonna buy this, and you get right here. You get a 5-year streaming license of this property on this website and an HD digital file download. Very simple.
That's cool.
So yeah, shout out Louis C.K. for doing shit right and for supporting other comics. I think he did one with Todd Barry before.
See now, what would be real cool is if it was like an NFT. I hate to even talk about this shit.
Well, it could be used right.
Well, if you done an NFT and made it to where you had the token for the ticket for the rest of your life, so it'd be, you own it'd be like buying a video forever,
Mm-hmm.
With it being on that service, he cuts you off at 5 years, but it'd be nice if you had it forever.
You can download. No, you can download it. You have a year to download it. So you can stream it from that site for 5 years, and you have a year. You download. You own that file. So he doesn't keep it. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Moment House, Andrew Schulz just did it. That was like what we watched before. Remember the creator clash, the boxing with iDubbbz and all that whatnot. That was Moment House. We supported them. We watched it. We bought tickets. We bought shirt. Dane Cook just did a Moment House. And you do it for 2 weeks, you get what you can, and then you take it and the artist owns it, and then they can sell it to someone else or sell it on their website. I think that's also reasonable. But for live shows, getting away from Ticketmaster, I think there's going to be this like a small revolution of people following Louis. It could start with stand-up, it could start with band, who knows? But there needs to be better options out there. I agree.
But Pearl Jam went in hard on Ticketmaster back 20
Yeah,
years ago,
yeah.
and still, there's been no.
Well,
But
I'll tell you what.
hopefully,
That Blink show we got is, I think, May 23. We're going to enjoy the fuck out of that,
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
So-
Blink's kind of a special case because it's not
That's what
like,
I was saying. And then
you
they're
don't know if they're gonna be
reunited.
around next year.
They
It's
might
kind of like
not
when the
ever tour
Rolling
again.
Stones did their tour. It was the highest
But they put
grossing
out
tour at the time. But it was.
they put out a new
You
album,
don't know if they're going to be. Yeah.
a new track, a new album's coming out. But yeah, who knows? It's just that they were broken up for so long, and they were like kind of always this famous trio, and now for them to come back together and then tour, it's just like this whole like phoenix rising out of the fucking ashes. And so we didn't really get into space or AI, which is good because I'm more afraid than ever with AI. Some of the stuff I've been in the deep fringes of AI lately, and I think I went a little too deep there for a bit. And,
it's doing amazing things. That software that me and you found that Facebook runs that does the artificial intelligence for video editing. That was a really neat software there. I can't wait to see what more it has in store.
Which one, Runway?
Yeah.
Well, no,
I seen where they implemented something new to it.
Meta has their own thing, and I'm on Runway. I could do.
Isn't that the one opened by Facebook or Meta?
No, Meta has their own. I don't think it's out yet.
Oh.
Runway is separate. It's Runway ML. It's machine learning, and it's so good. I mess around with it all day at work. But
Runway's the one that I was talking about.
Yeah,
there was some new
works
feature
so
that was
good.
in beta now. I can't remember.
Tracking,
what it was.
super slow mo.
But there's so much that it's just evolving every day and making.
Well, they
it
have
easier.
text to video, but it's not out yet. I'm on the wait list for that.
That was it.
Yeah,
Text
to video.
Yeah.
But even still, like the green screen, you just click one thing. Like in the past, you had to do all this work. Now it just does it for you. I had to use it. I used it for my niece. We had a photo and we had to like replace some element of it. And like normally I'd use Photoshop or do this or that. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna throw it in Runway. I just highlighted it and then replace with like grass or something, and it flawless outperformed the repair the delete and replace with like AI and Photoshop. It outperformed everything that we tried, so it's impressive.
Awesome.
But here we need to end the pod. So what we're gonna watch? What we said we were gonna watch.
Yeah, I gotta
earlier.
go watch this Tennessee game. It's already.
Oh shit, dude! You didn't tell me.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Oh, it's all right. It's 7-6, I think. Tennessee might have scored, actually.
All right, so we'll just talk a little bit over this, but this is Neon White.
For this video, I'm doing a
I love
speed run
Donkey.
review, okay? Neon White. For this video, I'm doing a speed run review, okay?
He doesn't have time for this video.
Neon White.
That's so
Neon
funny.
White. All right, we're almost out of time.
All white.
Neon White. Neon White.
He's so cool.
Is a first-person platformer where guns are cards and you can discard them to use mobility-enhancing moves.
I'm into
The
it now,
pistol lets
man.
you jump. The machine gun shoots a grenade that
It's
can
I
launch.
liked it a
The
lot,
rifle lets
actually.
you do a big dash. Each weapon
I'm
lets
in
you
love with it
move
now.
in a new way. The trick of the game
Yeah,
is
I
to
was
defeat
shocked when
every
you were
enemy in
kinda
the
like-
level while reaching the finish
'Cause
line
I
in
thought
time.
it's right up
The
your alley.
enemies themselves are
Yeah, I just-
worthless. They are
For some
I
reason,
really like-
cards.
appreciate that.
I
And you
don't
have to
click
start
with
sniping
cards.
them from 300 yards away.
Yeah,
gliding through the
but
air.
it's
But now I get
It
it.
is
It's not
fast
cards.
and
Yeah,
it is
I know.
intense, but the real achievement here is
Here,
just
listen
how
to this.
readable it is for the player. Neon White
Readable.
is a game that makes you feel like you're good at games, and by the end you will be.
It's a
pulling
game
off
that makes you
insane
feel like
shit
you're good at
it's
games.
Nothing. The graphics
It
are
does.
crude, color is used sparingly.
That's what
but
it's
there's
all
enough
about.
Unique geometry at play to keep you from
Yeah, I
getting
felt
lost.
like I was a
Levels are
badass
short but
whenever I was
sweet. You
playing.
go
Like,
in,
wow,
walk
look at what
back,
I'm doing.
walk
It was
back,
great.
Exactly.
Not bad.
It,
And this
it's
is
like
where
it
the true
almost
game begins.
puts you perfectly.
Now, if
It's
you're
so
like me,
easy
you're not going to be
to do
content with
such a perfection. But,
yeah, it lines you up, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
You have it doesn't let you move forward until you get like gold, at least gold medals on each thing. So you end up just replaying the level over and over and over again, being like, how the fuck am I going to get any faster? I'm already going like perfectly fast. It's actually similar to Lonely Mountain Downhill. Like in the same vein, like I know at a certain point, like fuck, I got to restart. Like I got to start from the beginning again because I already messed that up, and like. That it's the exact same thing, like a quick restart button, or like Ollie Ollie, like that 2D skate game I play a lot. Same vibe actually, but Donkey really surprisingly beautifully explained it and like worded eloquently
gold medal. No. Even
how it
that,
what's happening,
I want
you know?
The blue medal. Yeah. This game embraces the spirit of speedrunning, and if you want the best times and the bluest medals, you are going to have to learn the tricks on every level.
See, I need to start learning the tricks.
Shortcuts to you, some major, some minor, and the more you play, the more opportunities you'll see to make your own.
Same thing with Lonely Mountain.
Your first attempt
without shortcuts, you're fucked. Oh, this is good.
But then your next try is gonna be like boom. But then once you really figure it out, it's gonna be like, oh, boom, neon white colors during that pursuit of perfection.
I know, that's how it
feels.
feels.
Are smart enough not to demand perfection from the player.
But this is why Donkey's a true genius.
The real magic is in that process
he's
of
awesome.
probing the level for weaknesses and trying to think outside of the box. If you love Mirror's
I don't
Edge,
know how he
play
does
this
it,
game.
but-
If you love Doom Eternal,
He's just
play
a
this
unique,
game.
bright
If you
guy.
love this game, play Lovely Planet. From a gameplay perspective, I have nothing but praise. But there is one thing that I do not like about this game.
Yeah.
Me too. You're so lucky.
It is awful.
It's so confusing because it's like so intense and awesome gameplay, and then it's like, yo, hey bro. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I know.
Well,
They should have just cut all that out.
Yeah, tell me about it. Well, I guess that's it, man. We said we'd end it.
All right.
Have a good game.
Yeah, good GG.
GG. Well, enjoy your game, I mean.
Oh,
Right?
okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're gonna win.
Wait a
National
minute.
championship on the way. Maybe.
What? Tennessee, right? They're playing right now?
Yeah, they're
All right.
playing Kentucky.
Let's go, Tennessee. I'll give us another outro. All right.
Transmission ending
Peace
in
out, Ned.
5, 4, 3, 2,
See ya.
1.
Peace.
Space Debris Podcast.